Hey guys, so with 2023 being here, it's so hard to say that. I wrote a check the other day for 2022, so I had to quick and fix that. For this year, I'm trying to make it a little bit easier for my storage of some items. So I am giving this a try. It is a clear binder with slots in it, kind of like picture slots, and bags. So what I am going to do is I am going to either put in sterling silver pendants in here, or I am going to put in sterling silver necklaces. And I'm thinking I'm going to go with the necklaces, the chains themselves, because I do have a lot. I did get a nice big order in, so I don't know. I'm thinking about doing the first few pages, and I'll put a little sticker or something down here, and they will be in order of price, and then I will do them in order of length as well. So I know I have popcorn ones. I have some herringbones. The herringbones, I'm not sure they'll fit. It depends how small the link is. I have some Figaro. So I will grab that stuff and we'll fill out a little bit, and then I'll show you the completed project. So let me know if you guys think this is a great idea. And if you don't know me, I'm sorry. I'm Deborah from Timeless Jewel by Deborah. I am an online e-commerce seller, jewelry collector, and I do live sales, unboxings, and occasionally what I found thrifting or at the antique store. I love jewelry. Amber is my dig for sure. I love garnet and gemstones, so I do sell costume jewelry at fair prices, and silver, gold, gemstones, and occasionally I will sell some specimens of crystals. So all right, I'm going to grab the necklaces and then we'll get started. So as of right now, this is where I have the majority of my newer sterling silver chains. The choker and the torque, I know I won't be able to fit in here, so I will probably try to find a larger binder with larger pages, maybe even a photo one that's clear to use for the bigger ones. I don't get very many torques, but I do get a lot of omegas. And then eventually I would like to start putting in either pendants in one, or I have some great boxes. I'll show you an example and show you guys this one. So these are really tiny. There's 84 containers to the box. So these would be good for smaller size rings and for earrings that are not large either. And I got these by mistake. There, I believe I said 86 bins to it. So I am looking for a larger one. I did get some containers that I will be putting in jewelry just to make it so much easier. So, all right. I am going to take these and sort them, and then you guys can help me fill. So, for example, here are some herringbones. I have some different sized ones. Even the smaller ones, I would not feel comfortable putting into one of these small bags. So I am going to look for larger book and larger containers, because you do not want to ruin your herringbones. And then I was talking about omegas. I have an omega here that's two-sided. That would never fit. I have, let's see, here's one of the torques. I think I have one other. Nope, I sold that one. So this is the last of the torques I have, so that won't go in there. And then I have a bunch of new omegas that I bought. I have the round ones and the flat ones, so those definitely wouldn't do unless, you know, I had a larger size with larger pages. So I am planning on doing a little research for that. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm using Post-its because I do have some construction paper, but it's so thick and some of the necklaces might take up a lot of room in these little bags. So I am just taking them and cutting them into 4. And then my idea is to write the length on it. And I might color code them for the length because I normally only carry 18, 20, 22, and 24 length. So I will color code each one so I know the length as I'm going. I'm going to start with 18 and go on. I'm not sure how many I have left because I have put a lot of chains on with a bunch of pendants. I think they're all on my amber pendants, so I can always take them off if I need more. So because I only show the amber every once in a while, but I am going to be doing an all amber sales video coming up. So all right, so yeah, I'm going to color code, write down the length, the style of the chain, and the either buy it now or starting bid price. So as you are prepping to put sterling in the containers, make sure that you put an anti-tarnish tab, and these can be cut. So you could cut each one of these into 4 small pieces to make them extend. These bags do close very well. And you want to make sure that you put an anti-tarnish in there. Now the new sterling is very clean, so that will go in there with an anti-tarnish. But I also have vintage necklaces that I will eventually put in here, and I don't clean them unless the person that is purchasing them would like them cleaned, and then I clean them for them. But I will still put one of these into the container. So what I'm going to do for my larger items is I use bags like this. So I put my gold in here and my sterling silver ones in these. These are just little resealable bags, and this is nice because it could be either side. And I'll show you an example. Like here, I wrote on the front 925 liquid sterling gold vermeil, 28 inches. And then I have that in there with one of the anti-tarnish. Like this one I have 14 karat gold filled Carl Art with the sign as well. If you don't want to write on the bags and you want to reuse them after you sell that item, you could always put a sticker on there. And then here's an example of one of the sterling silver ones. This is an Egyptian bracelet that I got from Steven at Sugar Vision, and I put it in here so I don't get it dirty. I have worn it, but it's just absolutely gorgeous. So you can see in this bag I have got the tarnish pad and the sterling silver. This I have not cleaned, but that's how I'm going to take care of doing vintage items that are too large to go into the little containers. So there are 2 ways that you can approach this. I cut up a couple pieces here, put them in the bag. Now if you have not a lot of time, but you can go back later, you can always put, when they come in these little containers, you can slip that in. So that will work. Let me get that in there. I had to get it open enough. Work it down there, and then make sure it's closed. All right. Or you can do like I was doing, and you can take them out of the containers, use the bag. And another thing is too, sometimes necklaces come with these in it. So if they do, and it's a nice bag and you know what size it is, then by all means, just put them in that way. So most of my time has been spending unwinding these. So this is really great because in this way I can grab it, and I know if someone says, hey, I need one of those, then you can have them ready to go. So here are 2 of the same chains. Just taking my book, and these are super thin. I'd like them to be a little thicker, but what you do is you slip it in there. It's a tight fit, so you have to work it in there. I may take a another piece to help me swoop that down there. All right, so I'm going to turn the book towards me because I'm trying to do it so it's easier for you guys to see. So you can open your page, and I'm going to open it. I'm going to use my handy dandy little nail file. Okay, and so there is one, and then what I'm going to do is continue putting them in, and then I will mark what size they are, and if I know the chain offhand, I will put that on that little orange piece of paper in there, and if I do not know, I will go back to it at another time. So what I did is took pieces of paper. I know these are curb chains, 18 inches, and they are my lightest ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the lightest to heaviest chains, and also the lightest in price to the heavier price on that. So I will put one of these into each of the containers. And you should do that before you put them in, but I wanted to make sure I showed you guys how you do that. Okay, so curb chain, I close it up, take another one. That one is the one that was in the baggie like this, that I was just frustrated with. But it is good to open them as well, because I did get one that was twisted before I even took it out of the package. So just make sure you close these up, and then we will put them back into the book. Okay, so it took me about an hour and a half because unfortunately some of the chains, even though I had them laid out here, what you guys saw earlier, when I picked them up, they got a little tangled, and the smaller links are really notorious for that. So I had to use my best weapon. I love this. It's a double pointed toothpick. So here what I did is I hit these are 18-inch curved chains, and I'm marking them. And so I got them different. I put the millimeter size if I knew it. I put in, like, this is a twisted rope. If I know it, I put my buy it now price in there on some of them. And then what I did is I filled up those spaces, and then I started with the 20-inch. So these are orange paper, these are yellow paper. I do not have many 20-inch left. The ones I have are already on jewelry that I have put aside or for different live sales. But then what's nice is I can come back and I can look through it real quick, and I can say, wow, I need to order some 20-inch Figaros, or I need to order some 20-inch ball bearing. That's what I like to call them. And then I left pages open so I can put in more when they come. And then I've got the ball bead chain and a wheat spiga on the 22, and then there's a space. So I have space in here for 22s, 24s, you know, just depending on what it is. So then what I did is I used the Post-its, and these are the 3 colors I used. And if I were to add, you know, say a 24 or 26 or 30-inch, I would go with different paper. So what I wanted to do is make sure I didn't use these for something else. I have a ton of Post-its, so I wanted to save these. These are the extra bags, and then I put extra of the black in there. And then what a nice way to store my chains. It takes up so much less room. And then, so for temporary, just to show you some different ideas, I just put on a piece of paper that says sterling silver chains, and then what I'm going to do is I am going to put a binder size on like this, and it doesn't look pretty, but I'll use a different kind of tape, maybe a 2-sided tape, and then I can write there sterling silver chains as well. So I can eventually put these maybe on like a bookcase or in my containers, and they will stack so nice and give me so much room. So let me know, guys, if you like this idea. I love it. I did order a couple more. I think I ordered a larger one as well. So the next one I'm going to be working on is for sterling silver pendants. And then I don't know, we'll go from there. So leave me a comment. Let me know if you like this idea, or if you have any other great ideas. That would be fantastic. I'm always looking for new ideas on storage. And so thanks so much, you guys, and I appreciate you. Be well, and I will be back with the sterling silver pendants. Bye, you guys.